So how do you create a brand that truly represents who you are and the products you sell, as well as building a business that you can scale online? That is what this podcast will help you do. My name is Henry Kaminski Jr., and welcome to the Brand Doctor Podcast.
Let me just make this statement loud and clear. Jersey's here, Jersey's here.
Here's my question for today, guys. Is your marketing online the equivalent of walking into a mosque and asking everyone if they want Taylor ham and egg sandwiches? Here's my question. What type of marketing messages are you putting out to your ideal clients? We all want to work with higher paying clients, yet we constantly put the wrong messaging to attract those clients out there into the world. I want to tell you a quick little story about a brand accelerator client that came my way not too long ago, completely frustrated with the type of leads they were attracting. They were attracting a very low quality client, barely could afford a $300 or $400 program that they were selling, and there was no room. Once that particular client bought that $300 or $400 program, there was no place else for them to go. Why? Because they just couldn't afford the next level of service. And that was very frustrating to my client. And he was like, Henry, you got to help us here. We're not seeing something, I think, because we're inside the bottle and we can't see the outside label. So I began to ask some questions and I got a better understanding of what was happening. It's just they were putting out the wrong bait, if you will, to attract that higher quality client. Like, for example, somebody who's doing 6 or 7 figures and want to get to that next level. Like, I don't know if they're downloading, a PDF guide anymore. I think they're much more eager to just get on the phone and see whether or not like you're a good fit to help them get to where they want to be. Right. So that was number one. So here's my question to you guys. Is the marketing messaging that you're putting out relevant to the people that you really want to serve? And are you being positioned correctly online to actually attract that person? So how does your business look online? How does it feel online? Who is it speaking to? And why should they choose you over your competition? So it's all about using the right language, the right words. I'm going to give you a quick little tip here. I'm constantly looking at competition, indirect competition, and looking at the words that they are using in their copy, in their advertising, in their posts. This is really going to help me dial in to see how they're positioning. So I don't want to position myself exactly like them. Otherwise, I'm going to look like them. But it gives me a good idea, because if they're attracting the same types of clients that I'm attracting, then it's key to pay attention to this, right? So getting back to this brand accelerator client, what did we do to help them? So what we did was we took a step back and we really identified the 2 types of clients that they were looking to serve. So one was a very high end, sort of a hedge fund type of guy. And then there was another guy who was probably low 6 figures, mid 6 figures, and is struggling to get to the 7-figure mark. So those 2 people are extremely different in wants and needs. So we got to figure out, all right, what can we serve this type of client and what can we serve that type of client? Once we can get that straightened out, then we can put the right messaging and the right offers to each specific person, right? So that's where I really want you guys to focus in on. You're not going to talk to a 7-figure client the same way you're going to talk to, a low 6-figure client. Their needs and wants are very, very different. Now, your program may be able to serve them both, or you may have to tweak some things here and there in your program, but it's apples and oranges. So what we did was we broke down each individual client and figured out, okay, what do we need to do to serve this client and what do we need to do to attract that client? Then the train got back on the tracks and then we were able to push forward and now start to build out internally what each one of those programs look like. The good news is that the framework and the structure of the funnel is the same, but the messaging and the look and feel of each program is slightly different. And that's what we're doing right now. We're building out 2 coaching programs, one for the hedge fund guy and one for the mid 6-figure guy. And the copywriter is very, very specific to each when he's developing the copy for the funnels. Okay. So that's really what I want to get across to you guys today is the relevancy part of how you're putting out your content and are you speaking to the right client? So if you want to serve 6-figure businesses, people that are doing 6 figures or more, then you really need to start using language and really start to put together messaging that relates to them. Otherwise, you're screwed. I'll give you a quick example. Back when I was first getting into digital marketing like 6 or 7 years ago, as a designer, I had to quickly recalibrate my marketing message because I was no longer going after people that needed business cards and postcards and menu designs and printed. I was going after a much different client, but the problem was my messaging wasn't clear to them on how I can help you transform your online business using my design acumen and design skill. So I kept losing. I just kept dumping money into funnels and wasn't getting anywhere. I wasn't getting anywhere. And then I had an outside coach come in and say, look, nobody wants business cards anymore. Like this audience does not want business cards. They want the confidence in their funnel. They want confidence in their online look and feel, their online brand, so that they can go out there and sell with confidence what it is that they're trying to sell. So I started to switch my messaging to confidence building. You know, I was talking to a potential brand accelerator client yesterday, and he's a realtor up in Massachusetts, and he's been in the real estate game for over 20 years, very successful at it. Not as a real estate agent, but flipping properties and things like that. And one of the things that why he reached out to me was because he needed a brand to sit his business on top of. Like right now, he's not doing anything online because there's no brand presence. There's no consistency. There's no real feel. There's no real differentiation. There's no essence of what he does. So he's like, if I have a brand, and here's another guy, he wants to work with, homeowners that want to buy and sell properties of around $600,000, residential properties, right? But then he wants a little piece of his business to be to really direct towards like the $1 million home plus market. 2 very different looks. So we're going to start the process in developing that for him so that he can market himself online with confidence. And that's one of the things that I picked up along the way. I was like, well, what is my positioning here? How am I different from everybody else? And what I realized was I'm not designing funnels. I'm not designing websites. I'm not designing logos. I'm building people's confidence in their brands and in their business so that they can, when they're talking to a prospect, they're proud of what it is that they've built behind them. And I got to tell you something. You ever get on a sales call with 100% confidence and certainty about your business and how your business can help people? It's a completely different feel than not having that confidence. I can tell you, because there was a time in my business where I wasn't as confident in it as I should. And it just took experience. It just took time for me to get that. And then I was able to, position myself much better. But I'm in the confidence building business. I'm not in the brand building. I'm not in the business of building funnels or websites. It's really helping business owners become more confident in what it is that they're selling. How do I do that? Well, I do it through brand strategy and brand development and brand identity. Funnel build, funnel execution, funnel architecture, things like that. So just want to leave that with you guys today. I think it was helpful for you guys to really understand. And I wanted to grab your attention with this headline because people are really putting themselves out there online and they're just attracting the wrong clients, or they're so off mark with their messaging. That's why they don't have leads. That's why they don't have sales. That's why their online presence is struggling. So let's get that cleaned up. Let's put some more focus on that. So my question to you is, are you putting the right message in front of the right people? If not, why not? There you have it, guys. Hope you got a little something out of this today. Have an amazing day. Drop some comments, drop some questions. And if you're listening to this on iTunes or Spotify, you know how to get me. DM me on Instagram at The Brand Doctor. Let me know if this episode was helpful for you. And have an amazing day. And I'll catch you on the next one real soon. Take care. Hey everyone, this is Henry Kaminski Jr. again. And really quick, I want to invite you to a one-on-one consult with me right now if you're looking for the clarity and focus you need to build your brand. Over the past 13 years, I've served hundreds of entrepreneurs that have great products but struggled tremendously with articulating its value to their ideal customers. You didn't get into business to just change a few lives, did you? Your ideal clients need you. And when your brand has precision-crafted messaging coupled with beautifully thoughtful design that sounds, looks, and feels like you, they'll know you're the perfect match for them. If this is something you're struggling with, what I want you to do right now is pause this audio and go visit www.uniquedesigns with a Z at the end, not an S, .net, and book your one-on-one consult call with me. Remember, the quality of your brand will determine the quality of your clients, and the quality of your clients will determine the quality of your life.